and it's such an intense, exciting time. So being the top ranked medley relay, and medley is the only one that us breaststrokers get to swim, so it was really exciting. And it was finals. We were seated probably second going in. We ended up getting second place. It was a very close race, but I still remember it and think of it as one of the highlights of my college career because it was just so much fun to get up, you know, have that pressure on your shoulders of being the top team coming in and then putting up a great race. We did a great race, we only got in second, but it was really my first taste of that, and I loved it. And then after junior year was 2008, and I made the 2008 Olympic team, which I just want to say that I, never thought that would happen to somebody like me. I'm just a small town kid from the middle of nowhere in New Jersey, and my parents, they didn't even know what was going on. They're from Europe, and they moved over here, and we kind of lived in our own little bubble culturally. And I just, was going through life. I didn't expect that someone like me would achieve anything great. I didn't expect that. I didn't even think about it. It never came into my mind. I always hear some of my friends on the Olympic team and other sports when they do talks and say, I was a little kid and I always wanted to be an Olympian. That's my goal. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing every day. And to me, I didn't have that. I just did what I did because I loved it so much. So about a year before 2008 trials, suddenly in my head I realized that I was the top 200 breaststroker in the country, and all I had to do was stay where I was and I would make it on the Olympic team. So even though I finally realized that it might be a shot, the night that I made the team was still really incredible. I don't really think it sunk in for a long time that I had made the Olympic team and what that means. And it was just such an exciting time that I didn't really expect myself to be here, but I found myself here and I was so excited, so ready to race in the Olympics. And I don't know how many of you maybe weren't watching the Olympics in 2008, but if you were, you might remember someone named Liesl Jones, who was the top breaststroker in the world for the past, 8 to 10 years. And up there with Amanda Beard, you guys know that name, of course. And she was the world record holder in the 200 breaststroke. And I had no doubt in my mind that she was going to win the gold medal, no doubt. And when we stepped up to race that night in finals, I don't remember who was ranked first or second, but we were right next to each other. And I hadn't had too many chances to race her before, so I didn't really know what she was doing. I just knew that she was strong on the walls, strong on the start, and then I was really strong on the last half of the lap. So my strength was swimming. I never had good pull-outs. That's just the way. I was never able to build those up very well. And I knew that hers were really strong. So I just went in and I said, I'm just going to race for second place. In my mind, that was the only option. Just like I never thought I'd make the Olympic team, I never thought that I'd be able to beat this powerhouse breaststroker next to me. And I just kind of zoned her out. I saw what she was doing. I wasn't looking, but I saw. But I kept thinking to myself, keep your eyes in your own lane. That's what my coach used to tell me when I was younger. Because I would get nervous swimming next to certain people. And he said, don't worry about what they're doing, just keep your eyes in your own lane. Do what you've trained to do. Do the race that you've done hundreds of times before. And focus on your own strategy. And my strategy was the second half of each lap was always stronger. So some of you that might have watched the race, you might see that you can always go back and watch it, but off the start, she blasts out of there, and I slowly catch up on the first turn. And then again, her pull out, she shoots ahead of me, and I slowly catch up, so the 100 were even. Again, third turn, she blasts out, and slowly catch up. We touch even at the last turn, and that's the point that in my head I was like, I've done it 3 times, why can't I do it one more? All I have to do is catch up again. I don't care how much she goes ahead on the pull-out. I actually think I kind of took a little mental break on the pull-out. Well, it doesn't matter because I know she's really bad. But I never thought I was going to win. So we were about, 10 yards out, 10 meters out, and into the flags, and I finally realized she just totally fell back. She must have kind of gotten mentally blocked by seeing that someone was right next to her. She didn't expect it either, I'm sure. And I was able to pull away in the last 5 meters. You can see in the camera, like my face is like. You know, the pool was so beautiful. They had like it was called the water cube, and the ceiling was all this like beautiful detail. And they have these shots from an underwater camera where you see the swimmer and then the roof above it. And my face is just like. And when I touched the wall, I realized I had won the gold medal, and then I saw I broke the world record too. And it was just a really incredible moment. I never thought I would be there. I just, you know, the reason I got there was because of hard work and because I loved what I was doing and because I never gave up. And so that was a great experience. And then fast forward 4 years later to London. So I graduated in 2009 from USC, and then I transitioned over to the professional athlete type of life, which is interesting because you think professional athlete, you think like LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or I don't know, football players or whoever. But swimmers, you know, we do it too. It's fun. But it was really a great time for me because I was able to focus 100% on my training, and also when you're, you know, at that level of swimming, I started to have this kind of respect for my coach and him likewise, where he was still a college coach, so he was coaching the college team and also coaching us, you know, older people, professional athletes. And so the older kids, we kind of came for practice and then we left, we went back home. So the rest of our training was up to us. And for me, I really enjoyed that. I got to put in the things that I enjoyed and take out the things that I didn't. So I did not like weights, because some of you that were in the clinic and those of you that are going to be, I talked a lot about like flowing with the water and working with the water. It's not, for me, it's not about strength. And so I didn't like weight training. I didn't want to be bulky. I wanted to be like light and airy. So I was able to kind of drop the weights. I still did some, you know, lots of dryland work, tons of dryland work, all free weight, body weight, and core work. And I got to add in yoga and Pilates, which is something that I really loved and has helped me so much. And spinning, and you know, I got to really get into nutrition, which I found was so beneficial for me for my training, and got to work on my mental approach, because there's so much training that goes into your swimming that's outside of the pool. Just like that race when I was racing Weasel Jones, when we were at that last lap, she kind of swam just as fast as I did that last 50, but something in her brain made her body shut down and freak out. So that's all mental training. There's so much mental training that goes into the big races like that. So I got to focus on all that stuff while I was training and getting ready for London, and it was definitely a really different experience coming back as a returning gold medalist. A lot of more pressure. Everybody that you're doing an interview with says, "Are you going to win another gold medal?" And I said, "I haven't even made the team yet. One thing at a time." And it was just a very different experience. The first time I came kind of wide-eyed, and everything was amazing, and everything was so much fun. And London was amazing, and London was really, really fun. I actually, between the two Olympics, London was my favorite, but it was just a lot more pressure, a lot more stress, a lot more being present in the situation as opposed to just showing up and, you know, being swept off your feet. And it was a really, really great experience. We had such an amazing women's team, which I'm sure some of you got to watch, between, you know, having someone like Missy Franklin on the team and Dana Vollmer and Natalie Coughlin, and just the chemistry between the whole women's team. The men were amazing too. We had a great time, you know, training with them and all that, but we had so many times when we separated men and women and got to really become that unified team that I talked about just with college. It's the same thing, but it's totally different on the